I've got the recipe for you. This dip is just amazing. It just melts in your mouth. Ooh. Bon appetit. Hey everybody, I'm Vera Stewart and welcome to the VeryVera Show. I'm joining you today from Augusta and Company in the heart of downtown Augusta, my hometown. And we're going to actually spend some time today learning more about our city and what wonderful things we have to offer. What better guest then for me to have than Cynthia Ruff. She is more affectionately known as Darling Down South. She is a wonderful travel influencer. We're also going to do a beautiful tour today. We're going to start on the canal with the Augusta Canal Authority. We're going to go down the canal and learn more about the city. Then we're going to go to Farmhouse. We're going to get some delicious burgers, do a great picnic on the river. And then finally, Chef Sean White is going to introduce us to Farm to Table at his Frog Hollow restaurant. We've got an unbelievable giveaway for an entire weekend in Augusta, Georgia. So come on, let's get started. Head over to the canal and meet Cynthia. Well, good morning, and it is the perfect morning in Augusta, Georgia today, and I'm so excited to be with Cynthia Ruff, who is such a darling in the South. Yes, Darling Down South is the name of her lifestyle and entertainment blog, travel blog. Welcome back to Augusta.
Thank you for having me.
I know we had the best time. I guess it was maybe a year ago last spring that you were in Augusta. You were here when we were doing the Garden Festival.
The Garden Festival was beautiful.
And we met that day. I was signing books. And you put me on your blog. I was so excited.
I was so excited to finally meet you. I made one of your cakes, and when I got to meet you in person, I was like, the cakes match the personality.
Well, and you would think that this girl didn't know how to cook, and I was so impressed. Didn't you do the lemon cake?
I did the coconut one.
The coconut.
Yes.
Well, it was just, you did such a great job. But, we had the best time last night at dinner at Craft and Vine.
We did.
What was your favorite?
I had that delicious goat cheese dip as a starter with the homemade preserves, and it was absolutely excellent.
Oh, and I loved the cauliflower popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
Cauliflower's really getting a comeback. So, right now, I thought it would be fun this morning for us to do the boat ride.
Yes.
And you did that when you were here before, and there are 5 different ones. Which one did you take?
Yeah, we did the music tour, and that was a really unique experience of how to see. Actually, I've never done anything like that before when I've traveled. I've never had a musical opportunity or a musical experience with a local musician, and then we got to pick our own picnic and had a couple of drinks, and it was a really cool way to see a city, which is you don't get to see very often.
And that's what we're doing now. I thought today it would be fun to maybe do the history tour, which really where we are with all of the mills, the historic mills that are being preserved. A lot of historic preservation funding has helped the Augusta area preserve some of what's going on right here on this canal. It's just been so well done. And we were talking about photography and how that became part of your blog, and that you were in the suburbs and there was nothing to take. So tell me a little bit about how photography influenced your travel blog.
Yeah, so I actually took a couple of photography classes back shooting and film in high school, and we had one segment that was all about architecture, which living in the suburbs, there wasn't a lot of architecture to take photos of. But then when I started to travel more, I started to really hone in on the skill of taking pictures of all the historical architecture and just wandering down streets, which you would find cafes, and then the cafe is really charming, and it just kind of evolved from there, and it's really become a true passion of mine. I absolutely love traveling to old historic places.
Well, I certainly want to refer you to her blog, Darling Down South, and it's just the travel, the photography, the way that you style, and you do all of this yourself.
Yep.
Your love of food is so apparent in some of the selections that you make. It's become quite the following in terms of if you're going somewhere, you want to see if Cynthia has been there.
I actually had a huge blogger from Palm Beach. She's relocated just recently, and she's like, hey, is there a family-friendly hotel? I'm like, wow. She's asking me for my opinion? This is really cool.
But a lot of people are. So tell us a little bit, because I know you don't like to brag, but I'm going to make her do it. You just had a recent award with Taste of the South magazine.
I did.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I was on vacation with my husband, and we were just sitting reading emails, and all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, look at this. And we looked up this email, and it was from Taste of the South magazine. They nominated me as one of their top 50 tastemakers for this year, which was a huge honor, and I'm
It
really
is
appreciative
a
of
huge
that.
honor. And when you consider the number of people that are involved in that now and the work that goes in, the planning, and when you start following Cynthia, you'll recognize the homework,
Thank you.
the research that goes into what you do. And you're actually now working on your master's degree as well.
I am, yeah. So I went and did the blog thing for full time for a little while and still do it full time. Now I just have a few more people who help out, but then I'm getting my master's in business at Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech. I'm not going to throw her over the boat. Don't worry.
This is my first team with my first school with a football team, so I'm really excited to have someone to cheer for as a home team now.
That is great. Well, I've chosen this as our first thing that we were going to do together today because it's such a beautiful day.
Yes.
The canal is and for those of you that are watching right here in my hometown of Augusta, Georgia, this is a staycation. This is something that, that you should think about doing when you've got friends and family in town, or even if you're just looking for something fun to do with your family. So we're going to kind of keep doing this, look at the beautiful sights, and then I thought it would be fun if we went to Farmhouse, which is another really cool restaurant here.
I'm excited.
Got some great burgers and had a picnic on the river.
Let's do it.
All right, so y'all come back with us. We're going to get some really good food to enjoy for lunch.
Thanks.
Welcome back, everybody. And Cynthia, wasn't that boat tour great?
It was amazing.
Oh, the weather is perfect in Augusta in the fall. There's no humidity. It doesn't rain very much. It's the perfect time for you to be here visiting with us.
Yes.
And, we ran into Farmhouse.
We did.
Which is another one of Shaun White's restaurants. And these burgers are smelling amazing
Can't
right
wait to
now.
dig in.
Well, tell us a little bit about, when you wrote about Augusta before on your blog, tell us a little bit about what some of your highlights were.
Yeah, so last time I was here, I came for the Sacred Heart garden tour, and I got to poke around at all of the different homes that open up their homes for you to see how they've trimmed and trained their gardens over the year before. And that's actually where I met Vera for the first time.
I was doing a cookbook signing.
You were doing a cookbook signing at the Sacred Heart Church.
Right.
And then after the garden tour, for any of you who are shoppers out there, we went to Final Cut, which is an amazing place to score anything from Anthropologie and Free People and stores like that. And then we did some antiquing as well. And we finally capped it off with a fun little kayak down the river, and we did dinner at Bee's Knees, and it was amazing.
Well, you mentioned the beautiful gardens and that you did the garden tour. And I say a lot of times on the show that, just go out in your yard and pick some other things. Or if you don't have anything, get it out of your neighbor's yard. Well, one of my neighbor's houses was actually on
there you go.
that garden tour. So now you know why my flowers always look so beautiful on the show. But, there's so many wonderful things that have happened around where we are right now. We've found the perfect place to have a picnic. This Riverwalk was actually created, I think the grand opening of where we are was like maybe 1991, somewhere along those lines. And my 35-year catering history includes the grand opening of this property. And we did food for 2,000 people up and down this Riverwalk. So you can only imagine, we had walkie-talkies and it was incredible. But the Jessie Norman Amphitheater, which is right over there, she is our local celebrity opera singer, and she has been so philanthropic to our community. So just that is just a great place to go for festivals and that sort of thing. And then every Saturday from November through March, there is a farmer's market downtown. And I know you said you love to go get fresh things around the Atlanta area at the market. But you can get anything from pottery to pickles to, popcorn, just so many things. And then finally, the SRP Park, which is now the home of our team, our baseball team, the Green Jackets, is right across the river in North Augusta. It's just a fantastic facility. They also have concerts and different things there. So, the Riverwalk is a great place for a picnic.
It is.
And so while you tell us a little bit about, your pros and cons of picnicking. I'm going to start getting this laid out.
All right. Yeah, so we love to go picnic in Atlanta. My husband and I, we live right in Midtown, so we'll typically pack a picnic basket full of little trimmings of meat or cheese, and maybe sometimes grab a pizza from a local place nearby. We always find that it's special just to pack the picnic basket with a tablecloth and some linen napkins to make it a little bit more of an upscale outdoor dining experience. But you know, I love taking takeout and taking it to the park and just eating it there as well. So it's always a great thing to go and do on the weekends when you have to make your meals a little bit more special.
And you know, you do it so well on your blog and on all your Instagram posts. You know, take the time to do a basket and make it festive. Grab those flowers out of your neighbor's yard and really make it look great.
Yeah.
And there is so much at Augusta and Company on Broad Street that can give you ideas about what to do while you're here. And we certainly want you to go to their website and look at all the things. But in Vera's Corner today, we're actually going to speak to some of the hidden gems of Augusta. And then we are going to be treated even more, speaking of eating, to a fabulous dinner tonight that Chef Sean White is going to provide for us at Frog Hollow. So we got a lot more to do. Come back with us in just a few minutes. You know, Augusta, Georgia is noted for its famous golf tournament, but there are so many amazing things to do in this area. So today I'm going to show you some of my all-time favorites right here in Augusta. One thing I love about Augusta is, of course, the food. The city has its classic Southern options, but you can also find great pizza, sweet treats, locally roasted coffee, and fabulous cocktails. Augusta is also a hub for the arts. With several art museums and galleries, it's easy to find inspiration around town. If you want to get hands-on, check out Tire City Potters, where you can create and decorate your very own pottery. If you're looking for live performances, Indie Theater Le Chat Noir hosts improv comedy shows, plays, and musicals that feature local players. Live music is also another wonderful feature of Augusta. Every weekend you can find a show, whether at the newly renovated Miller Theater, the Jesse Norman Amphitheater, or just a corner bar. Augusta is also home to some incredible events. Westivoo Festival brings national and international talent to town for its annual arts and music festival. The Sacred Heart Garden Festival is a favorite of gardening and nature lovers all over the South. Arts in the Heart of Augusta is a local favorite, featuring art, entertainment, and food from cultures around the world. Make a trip to Augusta and take in all that we have to offer. Welcome back, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed all those little hidden gems about Augusta. And speaking of hidden gems, which is not really hidden anymore, we're at Frog Hollow right here in downtown Augusta with the owner, founder, creator, chef, everything.
Head dishwasher.
Dishwasher. Chef Sean White. And thank you so much for opening up early for us to be able to do this. And
yeah, I wanted to get out and have a chance to talk with you for a minute before I got busy, so it's great to see you guys.
Well,
thank you.
Cynthia and I were looking at the menu and we were just having such a hard time. You walked over. So you said, let me just decide what we're going to have tonight. So tell us what we're going to be eating.
I'm going to give you two of our late summer favorite dishes. One of them is, right now it kind of varies, but we have some beautiful East Coast halibut. So we're going to sear that, put it over our succotash, which right now is composed of local okra, sweet corn, local tomatoes,
Great.
pink-eyed peas, and then the other dish is going to be hands down our biggest seller is our rustic cut pork chop.
Okay.
It's grown by Southeastern Family Farms. We take it and brine it, and then we're going to grill it and put it over a seasonal salad utilizing Anson Mills cornbread and a local dairy buttermilk. So make it like a buttermilk ranch and toss the cornbread with it and put some fresh summer veggies in there. And to top it all off, we have Titan Farms pickled peaches, and we're going to made a compound butter out of that, so it keeps it kind of moist and juicy.
Sounds incredibly decadent. And it seems like you know your way around all the ingredients. So how did you get started in business?
I've been in the business forever, since 1990, 91, and I just worked my way up through restaurants and through college, and then I finally made the leap to just go full on, went to culinary school. In 99, opened my first restaurant in Edgefield, South Carolina. And that was kind of in a rural area, and a lot of my guests were farmers and good friends of mine. So they just started bringing me all this local produce, and that was really before the term farm to table was coined.
Right.
But I just used it because it was fresh and free.
Well, but that's where I have to interrupt because honestly, he started the movement here.
Really?
I mean, everybody knew if you wanted food with fresh local ingredients, you had to come to Frog Hollow.
Yeah, I just brought that philosophy over from Edgefield when I opened up in 2010 in Augusta, and it's worked out really well. Still have all my old friends that bring me stuff. You know, you never really know what you're going to get. Sometimes you walk out the back door, it's like
well,
a
and
box
that's
of
the unique
chocolates.
part coming to eat here is because it's not the same special list that you get accustomed to in other places.
Yeah. So tell us about Augusta's food culture and what you found working with the farmers here.
You know, I'd say it's just as vibrant as anywhere else in the nation. It took us a little while to get jump started, but you know, in the last 5 years, there have been a number of restaurants that have opened up using the same philosophy and trying to source local.
Yeah.
Sourcing local in general has just become, I mean, it's beneficial to everybody. So in the restaurant industry, it's just become kind of the norm in nicer restaurants in most cities. So.
Well, so this is your first restaurant, and how many other restaurants do you have?
At the moment, I have 5. We have a farmhouse at the moment. Yeah, we're actually building number 6.
Congratulations.
That's going to be like a street taco and a tequila and mezcal place.
I'll be back for that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The first other restaurant we opened besides Frog Hollow was Farmhouse Burgers, and that was in 13, and I have 2 of those now, and that sources local products as well. And then
The best hamburger.
Yeah,
it's good.
So
that's
good.
So good.
And, then we have upscale bar, Craft and Vine. We do wood-fired pizzas in there, cheese and charcuterie program, and kind of
We were
crafted
there
small
last
plates.
night.
We did. It was great.
Loved it.
Oh, y'all just support
Yeah,
me.
we're just
Keep putting my kids through college. I like
That's
it.
right.
And then we just opened a new one about 6 months ago called Frog and the Hen. That's out in Columbia County, and that one's all about the chicken. It's all, you know, I really wanted a wholesome, good place for families and families on the go to eat. So we have a big market program where you can get family-sized meals. But we source all Joyce Farms chicken. It's all natural, nothing. They
Might
call
have
them
to
naked
stop
chickens.
there on my way out of town.
So,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
awesome.
you should.
Yeah.
It's actually right on the way out of town.
Perfect.
That's good. We do a great brunch there too on Saturdays. Bottomless mimosas and
All right.
a whole different
I
kind
guess
of
I'm
menu.
coming back, Vera.
I think she might be, and you know, she does such a great job of describing all of this, you know, in her blogs, and she's got so many people that follow her in terms of what to do when your places. So we've had a marvelous time today.
Absolutely.
I think I might smell and see our food coming. I can't wait to enjoy it. But we've also got, after dinner tonight, we're going to head to the Miller to hear the Fleetwood Mac cover band. Yeah, that tribute band is going to be fantastic. So we're kind of going back in time. But after this wonderful dinner, this looks amazing. We're going to get a good night's sleep after we go to the Miller. And then tomorrow, we're going to tell you a little bit more about how you can experience everything Cynthia and I have experienced over this weekend. So, cheers, Cynthia.
Cheers.
Let's dive in.
Y'all enjoy.
Thank
you. Welcome back, everybody. And Cynthia, I don't want the weekend to be over. It has been so much, you know, and I live here, and we've just had such a great time together.
I want to move here.
Well, we're ready for you to come.
I'm ready.
Well, we have had a wonderful experience together. We've spent some great time, and you know, this is your second real, you know, long-term trip to Augusta. So what would you take away from this experience? What's some of your favorite things?
I always say it takes about 2 times traveling somewhere to actually feel like you're there and you've experienced what you need to. But I would say for everyone to go and just follow your stomach around the city, because there are so many great places to eat. And if you like to take photos, there are so many awesome photo opportunities with different murals and walls that have come up and sprung up in the last 2 years since I've been here. And then also, if you are photo inclined or you like historic charm, walking on Walton Way and seeing all the old houses is probably one of my favorite things to do with a green monster smoothie from New Moon Cafe, which you cannot miss.
Well, and you're in the process of doing some renovation yourself.
We are.
So maybe just the inspiration of some of what you've seen there.
Yeah.
We just feel like Augusta has a lot of hospitality and charm. As I said earlier, we're kind of noted for our famous golf tournament here, but you know, this time of year with the fall in the air, and you know, if you're not traveling to a football game somewhere, this is just a great place to come and spend a lot of time. So we have got a fantastic giveaway that we've been teasing. Cynthia and I have kind of experienced the giveaway. So let me tell you a little bit about it. We're going to start with 2 nights at the beautiful Marriott downtown hotel. You're going to get to come for the weekend, spend both nights. There are going to be flowers in your room from Flowers on Broad, which is an amazing,
I love Flowers on Broad.
talented team there. Then we're going to do the boat tour, so you can pick from one of your 5 that are offered there to go down the canal and experience that. And then if you live more than 4 hours away, because you know our markets go from Texas to New York to down in Florida and all up and down the coast. If you're more than 4 hours away, we're going to pay for your airfare to get here. You're going to get 2 tickets to go to the Miller Theater to experience the beautiful scenery there with the beautiful restoration that's been done at the Miller. And then how about dining? We're going to be at Frog Hollow, Craft and Vine, and Farmhouse, all of which you experienced with me.
Yes.
And Chef Sean White has been instrumental in making that happen. So we showed you in Vera's Corner today all of the other things that you can do while you're visiting our city. We want you to go to our Facebook and Instagram pages for information on how to win this beautiful weekend package. We want you to come back with us next week. We're going to be doing all things about sausage. And you know, Cynthia, I always say, no matter what you do it in good taste. Come back and join us again next week.